It's so wonderful to get to meet you in person. My name's Lucy. Hi. Oh wow, it's so fantastic to be working on this film set. It really is a wonderful production, and I heard that the scripts are really coming together well and it's all just really gelling. Great. Well, I'm part of the animation team. Okay, so I'm part of the team that's going to be getting you transformed into your animated character. Okay, so today we're doing something very, very simple. You will need to be fully mapped out for CGI, but I'm just going to be focusing on the face. Okay, so what this involves is some detailed measuring. It's done quite simply, so just with a measuring tape, I'm going to be measuring just all over your face, okay? And then I'm going to be taking a little marker, which obviously will come off your face, don't worry. And I'm just going to be mapping out little points where your face changes based on different expressions that I'll be asking you to do. Okay, I know that your character in the film is quite animated and expressive, so it's important for us to capture all of those. Alright, then I have some very small little magnetic points just to pop on, and I'll send you through to Tim in the next room afterwards, and he'll do the next stage in the CGI process with that. Okay? Wonderful. Now I know that you are a little pushed for time, so we'll get straight on with things. Alright, so it's great that you've got your hair off your face. Wonderful. So let's grab our tape measure. Okay, so be measuring in centimetres and millimetres. So what I'm going to do is start with the basics. I'm going to come across here and down here, okay, and across here, so kind of 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's do this one first. There we go. Okay, just keep that in mind. I've got a little bit of a record here for being able to remember measurements very well, so that's part of the reason why this has now become my kind of full job here. So I can normally remember up to about 5 at a time. Let's do the next one just a little bit lower. Okay, great. And now we'll come down the face. Lovely. I'll just note that down. Here. Okay, so you're playing the character of the fox. Great. So you've got this measurement here and this one. Have you ever had CGI face mapping or full body mapping done before? Oh, nice. Oh, that's interesting. How did you find it? Yeah. Wonderful. Well, hopefully we can make the experience a little bit smoother for you today. So let's just continue with the facial measurements, okay? So I'm going to be measuring the total width of the eyebrow area and then the eyebrows individually. Here. Okay, and here. Good. So I've just done them individually the other way around. Let's do them all the way across then, the width. Lovely. Let's make a note of that. So, are you excited for this project? Yeah. I know, I love seeing particularly the animations come together with the voiceovers. It really brings things to life. Yeah. Okay, so we had the total eyebrows there, and we had that and that one. Great. Okay. So we're just going to carry on. You're doing very well at keeping nice and still. Very good. We actually had the person who's playing the rabbit. Yeah, they came in and they were a bit kind of like a little bit excitable. Much like that character, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, you're doing a wonderful job at keeping nice and still for me. So thank you. Makes my job easier. So I'm going to come down the nose, and then I'm also just going to measure the profile of the nose. Okay, so let's do that. Good. And I'll come just here. Lovely. Profile. Okay, let's now measure the eyes. Of course, a very important part. So let's do that now. Okay, so I'm going to measure individually first. So I'll start with this eye. Okay. Great. Good, and we'll just come a little bit down here. Sorry, my tape measure keeps getting a little bit tangled. There we go. And we'll just come down here. Great. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then this sort of this down here. Okay. Good. Good, lovely. Let's make a note of those. So, across we had this, we had this one, and this measurement. Come to the other eye. You're doing very well at not blinking whilst I'm doing this as well. Very impressive. So, good, very symmetrical. Let's come just here. Good. And again, the same just along here. Wonderful. Okay, let's jot those down. Okay. So now we're going to just come across here and start really just working the details of the face. The little magnetic points will really help to do that as well, because they can be positioned exactly based on your expressions. So let's just continue. It's important to get as many measurements of the face as possible, just to ensure that when we take it to the computer, it's basically giving it as much information as it needs. And along there. Great. I'm just going to do from underneath the eye to this point here. Okay. Wonderful. That's 4. Let's see if we can do one more. and taking it just along the jawline here. Wonderful. So we had at this point was that, and at this point, and then of course this, and along the jaw. Great. Okay, let's come to the other side of you. Alright, so it does just along here. Wonderful. I'll just come just around here as well. And a little bit lower down, so the third measurement. And then again, what I'll do is I'll come from underneath here to here. Let's do that now. Great. And along that jawline. Okay, so just along here. Wonderful. Okay, great. And let's continue to make a little note. This first section is a little bit more tedious for you perhaps. The next section is a little bit more fun because you can make some facial expressions and get drawn on by a marker. So let's just get this slightly boring bit out of the way. So we had this measurement along here and this one here, and then the last one along here. We went from here to here. Great, and then along the jaw. Point. Great. Okay then, just a few more. Alright, so we're going to work on the mouth zone. So I'm going to detail the mouth now. So let's do that. Okay, so just do a nice kind of relaxed mouth for me. Whether that's open, closed, just your mouth as it naturally is. Wonderful. Okay. So measuring across. I'm measuring full depth. Great. I'm going to measure the top lip and the bottom lip separately. So just do that now. So the top lip is that, and the bottom lip is that. Good. Okay. And the top lip and the bottom lip. Okay. And then the last couple of measurements, just going to measure some of the chin. Okay, so I'm going to take this here. Okay. And our details underneath the mouth. Okay, great. And also that measurement between the nose and the upper lip. Wonderful. The last bit of measuring we've got to do is the ears. Okay. That's that. Good. Lovely. So let's finish by measuring those ears. Okay. So basically going to measure the length like this, the width, and then I'll detail the rest. But normally we don't have to map out too much with the ears. I'll just put a couple of little magnetic points on there. But let's just do this now. So around this side, just measuring the length and just measuring the width. Thank you. And just coming around here, just taking a moment to just measure the Wonderful. Well, that is the main section of measuring finished. So well done for doing such a great job at keeping still. Thank you. Let's put that just there. Okay, let's note down the final measurements of the ears. Would you like a glass of water or anything? I can send someone out to get some. You're okay? Sure. Oh, really? Oh, I can imagine though. You have to drink lots of water to keep your voice going whilst you're doing all those script readings. Yeah. Well, that's the trouble, isn't it? Dashing to the bathroom. Okay, great. So, the next thing that we need to do then is I need you to basically make the expressions that I tell you to make. Okay, now I've had a little read about this character just to understand the types of expressions that it would be making. Okay, so that's what I'm going to get you to do, and then I will basically be using a little marker as mentioned to just detail out where your skin, your face, everything kind of moves. And then I'll be using my little magnetic points to just pop on there, and then as I mentioned we can send you through to Tim and he'll do all the rest. He'll do all the complicated stuff. Okay, good. So let me get my marker. Alright, so this is water soluble. Okay, so you can get this off nice and easily, don't worry. So let's have a look at you. So what I'd like you to do is I'd just like you to do me a nice cheesy grin. Great, and hold that for me. Cheeks there, and just the point where your eyes go. Keep it holding, and great. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do a frown. So really, really very angry. I know that the fox can get quite frustrated sometimes. Lovely. So just pop it in between there. Great. And also a little bit on the forehead. Okay, frown, frown, frown. Coming down the mouth a little bit. So just dot there. Or just dot there. Great. And what I'd like you to do is surprise. So great. So I've got some points just there. That's it. Great. Just by the eyebrows. Really, really good. So I need to see different contours of your face basically. So do you want to give me just a range of expressions that you think the fox, that I haven't mentioned already, the character will really kind of embrace in the role? Wonderful. Let's mark that here and here. That's it, that's perfect. You just keep going with the different expressions. That's wonderful. Great. Lovely. This is all about range of movement. Perfect. Just gently, very gently just there, and gently just there. Great. And would you be able to blow out your cheeks, so a bit like, thank you. Great. And what about sad? Great. Okay, and what about when you get that news in the script? slightly confused. You're like, wonderful. So there we go. Another version of it, maybe? Something like that. I don't know. I'm not the actor. Great. Let's pop that there. And we'll pop one there. Okay. And what about moody? Awesome. Oh. Yeah. Would we get a bit of chin there? Would we get a kind of a bit of... Yeah, that's great. Thank you. We're always encouraged to get as much range of movement as we can. Just makes it easier for the CGI peeps. There we go. Wonderful. And what about when you're kind of surprised, but you're also a bit sad? Great. You're doing a wonderful job. Not that I should be surprised. Okay. And what about when you can smell something? What's that? You're smelling something and it's not that nice. Great. Hold it. And what about if you're smelling something, and it's your favourite meal? Great. Because I know the character loves food, don't they? They love food. So, honestly, I cannot wait to see this film, I have to say. It's going to be huge, and we've got so many, including yourself, wonderful actors involved. So, yeah, it's going to be wonderful. It's such a privilege to just have a little bit of involvement in this. Oh, thank you. Oh, you can come again. Okay. Give me kind of angry, but also confused. So great. So coming around the temples, and there, and just a little bit. Okay. And now I'll just let you free flow, okay? So any kind of expression that you think the character, you haven't covered, just give that to me now. Great. Wonderful. Just come around the side while you're doing that. That's perfect. Keep going. One more. Perfect. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Did you enjoy that? Strange. I know. But not as boring as the first bit. You had fun. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little magnetic points, okay? So when you go through to see Tim, that will basically be the room with the green screen in, and basically you'll kind of, in simple terms, you'll be familiar with this, but you'll almost be linked basically to what's on the computer, so they can map your movements in kind of real time, okay? So it's important that we get all this basic stuff done rather than just go straight into that. So let's do that now. So we're taking our little markers and we're just popping them there. Okay, could have another one. So we're just popping them on all the main points. Good. And I'll just go there. Yeah, they do feel a little bit odd. You'll feel your face afterwards. You'll be like, oh, what's all this? Okay, so this one, I'm gonna have to come quite close to your eye. Okay, just so you're aware. So let's do that now. I have to do this very, very carefully. So if you could just stay ultra still, ultra still. Okay. Is that alright? You sure? Okay. The other one doesn't need to go as close to that, luckily. Let's just do that now. It could be a little bit fiddly. Okay. Good, great. Okay, and this is just doing the main magnetic points. So you need to come. Do you need to come a little bit close? But again, I'll do it nice and gently. So let's just there we go on there. Wonderful. Okay, and just here. Good. Now we'll do the cheeks. Good. And we'll just do the chin there. And the chin there. Good. Do this point just here. And this point just there. Good. And we'll do this point just here. And this point just there. We're almost finished. I know that it's a little bit uncomfortable, so I'll get you through to Tim as soon as possible. Just a few more points just around this section of the face. So a bit there, and we'll go a little bit just there, and a little bit there. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16, 17. Do you just, I don't know if you're able to, but are you able to just wiggle your ears? That's wonderful. Just stick a point just there. And we'll stick a point just there. Great. Okay. Just a few more. I've got one to go just there. And we've got one just there. Wonderful. And just a couple more. One on there. And we've got one on there. The last one will have to be a little bit close to the eye. Okay, so just very carefully now. Very carefully. Just there we go. Perfect. Alright. Feels quite strange. Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, well, you are all done. Alright, let me just do a quick note on this, on the checklist. That's done, and that's done. That's fine. So, as mentioned, you're going to meet Tim in the other room, and he's basically going to map out your different camera angles in real time. Okay? Great. So, we've done the measuring, expressions, and the magnetic dots and the markers. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being a great sport and keeping nice and still as well. Oh, you're very welcome. Well, I wish you the best of luck with the film. I can't wait to see it when it all comes together. Oh, me too. I can't wait to see your character come to life. Alright then, well, whilst you've got all that just nice and neat on your face, if you'd like to make your way into Tim's room, it has his name on the front, okay, so you know which door. Just pop through there, he is expecting you, and we'll get all your camera angles and stuff mapped out. No problem, it's been a pleasure. Alright, bye then, bye. Right, who have I got next then? Squirrel. Okay. Okay, I've heard they've got a little bit of a temper issue, but that's fine. Alright, let's get everything sorted. Pop the lid back on the marker. Right, no, that must be a little joke from Tim. That can't be permanent marker. Let me just test that on myself. Okay, let me just. Okay, right. Well, it's been fun working this job. Not going to be working it anymore, seeing as I've discovered a well-known actor in permanent dots over their face. Great. Okay. Going to leave quite